Hard time streamlining and you're a real estate developer or a real estate investor, well, let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. And I want to break down the playbook that I'm using right now that's actually working for me extremely well. And yes, I've been all day on site, so it's been one of those days. I actually wrote it down. So the first thing is phase one, if you want to actually duplicate your processes and systems, and right now you're stressed out because things aren't going your way when it deals with projects or developments, anything at all, it actually goes in a two-phase process. So here's phase one. The first thing is you actually want to finish your project. So for me as a real estate developer and developer, let's say I'm finishing a new build. So I want to finish my new build, finish the whole thing, the steps that they taught you, right? Or the steps that you've learned probably the hard way like I did on several of my projects, including the butterfly roof houses that I did as well, which was the first butterfly roof house actually in the country that I did. If you check on in my thread, you'll see what I'm talking about. So first you want to finish the project. Then you want to sit back and systemize it. Actually go and you're documenting every single day what were the step by step that I actually took related to this project. Then what you're doing is you're verifying the process. So you want to go back through the steps, verify that was the actual steps that you used to actually get the thing done dealing with your project. It could be a rehab, or it could be a new build, or it could be a mass development, a master plan, light industrial, whatever that looks like. Then what you're doing is then you want to actually build what are the KPIs that you're looking for. For example, in a rehab, the first thing that I know about now, I've changed my phases because I've done enough of them. First phase is clean out and demo. Doesn't mean I'm demoing everything on every single property, but I know the first phase is I'm usually cleaning it out at some kind of capacity, even if it's a light one, and then I'm doing some type of demo. Now, with new builds, what the first phase is actually what you're doing is, do I have the approvals for this site? Do I have the site plan? Do I have the blueprint? Have I already worked with, first you want to get paper ready on a new build. Development, same kind of thing. Do I control the site? Am I going through? Is it paper ready? Period. So every single asset class in real estate has a phase, but typically in the first time that you've ever done it, you got to go through these phases painfully. So just FYI. Then after you figure out what are your KPIs, what's your, how do you finish it, how you systemize it, then you want to test it. Then you want to go through your list and test everything. Then you're delegating it. Now, at first, you're going to have to actually be the delegator to yourself, right? Then you want to double and triple check every single line item. Then you're going to have to delegate it to somebody else and track them with the KPIs or the milestones that you want. Now, remember, this is only phase one. Then the last part of phase one is you want to review after you delegated it to yourself or somebody else. So those are the things that you're attempting to do on the first phase. If it's a rehab, new build, or development, it's actually the exact same model for all of it. Now, phase two, this is only after you've done it multiple times and you already know that, okay, I finished this project, this rehab or this new build, or I finished, even if you're doing project or property management, meaning you're doing it or you're buying a rental property and you're documenting the entire flow. This is only if you ever want to scale. So if you want to scale, this is the system, which is again, phase one, what I call baseline, right? You want to finish it any means necessary, just finish it. Systemize it, test it, KPI it, delegate it, and then review it, okay? Do that multiple times. So you want to, on reviewing, you're inspecting the outcome, period. You're logging all the issues. You're baselining any kind of loops that need to go around. You're checking everything. This is the longest process. It's kind of like when you're building a home, the longest process is actually the paper ready side. When it's actually not even the build side. People say, oh, the foundation takes the longest. Actually, no. It's actually getting the approvals and entitlements to make the property shovel ready that technically takes the longest. A lot of times it's not shovel ready. You have to get a site plan. You have to get the architect involved. You have to make sure all the municipalities have approved everything. All these have to happen. All this has to happen. Now, phase two. Phase 2 is the ongoing optimization. This is iterating all the time, okay? But step 1 is this: make your phase 1 less dumb, right? Period. I actually took some of this from Elon Musk, but I mixed it in with my real estate development and investor background. And so what you want to do is you want to review phase 1 and make it less dumb, period. So you want to challenge all the assumptions. For example, when you're doing a new build, what typically happens is in your foundation stage, you're going to have to pour just your foundation. Now, for me, after I poured a couple foundations, I was like, well, why don't we just pour the foundation and at the same time, because, I'm sorry, let me go back. Whenever you're doing a new build, typically it's pour the foundation at the very end of the project. Months later, then you're pouring sidewalks, driveway, apron, and the AC pad whenever you're going to drop the AC pad. But all that is concrete. So you technically can actually frame everything in the beginning, your sidewalks, your driveway, apron, everything. Now, again, you want to check where your piping is. That's why sometimes you wait for your sidewalks. But your AC pad, you could actually frame, and I did the last time. I framed the AC pad, the driveway, and the foundation. I left out the sidewalks. Next time I'm gonna double check, can I just do the sidewalks, leave an open area for my plumbing to go right underneath it, and then that's it, because later on I got to put a mini hole cover on it. So this is when you're thinking about new build. So make things less dumb, because in the beginning, remember, just because, well, that's the way they've always done it, it doesn't mean they're smart, period. Because if you would have asked anybody back in the 1800s, what do you want as transportation? They would have said a faster horse. They didn't even understand that cars were coming out or what was even possible. So then the other thing is delete parts and processes. So you want to make it less done and delete parts. Just like, why are we even doing this? Why can't we just do it this way? You know, for example, if you're doing a stick frame home, now you have to do, if you're doing a new build, now you're doing stick frame, and then you have to do your sheeting, then house wrap, then siding and paint. Or if it's cost effective, you actually can throw that shit out the window, and then you do concrete block, and then you can do painted stucco, and then you're done. Period. So you could have a 2-step process or go stick frame the other process. On developments, typically the way that it happens is that you hire a company, then you go back and forth, figure out what's possible, do a deck later on, see what's possible, do conceptual plans, do renderings. Like, it's a very long process, but what I discovered is you can actually mesh a lot of things together all at the exact same time because you're going to need it anyway, which I've done. So these are little things that you're like, oh, okay, this doesn't make any sense, so make it less dumb. Then, and delete parts. Then simplify and systemize. Period. What that is, review and update the playbook to make fewer steps, period. Then you want to test and KPI it. That means run the process, measure the improvement. That's cost, speed, and quality, period. Right off the bat, cost, speed, and quality is you want to measure it, you want to test it. What is it? Like, what is happening? Then you want to delegate. Push this new version to your team and your systems, and you want to see how they do. I'm currently doing that right now. I'm actually on site. I'm redoing a phase 1 on a couple of our rehabs because I think I'm missing something. Let me get on site, right? And on my new builds, I'm already on phase 2 on my new builds, but now I'm going to test out delegation to a better project manager than just myself. So then at the end of delegating, you also want to review and iterate. You constantly want to review and iterate, period, on phase 2. The main reason why is you want to keep reiterating and keep making it better and improving and better and improving. Really, the best process is no process, which is 100% accurate. Your goal is like, how can I just pop out a house, right? You know, what does that look like? How can I do foundation, have all my approvals done in-house, and boom, there's the house, boom, I can sell it, done. Or development, how can I just have everything ready, right? Like right now, I've got 14 acres that now I'm like, wait up, there is infrastructure here from infill, and before we had an approval for 96 units, which the buyers for that did not fall through. So now I'm the one moving forward with it. I was like, why can't we just rescind the 96 unit PUD? And then what we're going to do is then basically show the city, hey, you guys did a site plan. It's up to you guys now to put the actual streets in. Then I found the Florida statutes that back what I'm saying. So you constantly have to think outside the box. Don't think it's okay that it's always been that way and I'm just going to do that. Hopefully this helps. If it does, I just want to give you a heads up as well. So this is my phase 1 and phase 2 of the process playbook on really how to systemize your processes to create a playbook for yourself and your team so you can scale. But remember, in the beginning, you need to be the one that understands all of it, period. Because if you don't get it, how do you think everybody else is going to get it? They're not. So hopefully this is really helping. The other thing is too, I'm running a workshop at my office. So if you're interested, if you're somebody that wants to learn development, at least get into like what I call level 1, get the basic understanding that you could take a property like I did. You know, this is a hands-on 2-day workshop, very much hands-on, is that you're actually working with me in my office, seeing development, seeing everything that we're doing. And what's going on as well is I'm going to show you how I took one house to 41 houses, sold it at KB Homes for $1.25 million. Then they named a street after my family. It's called Cruz Court. Pretty cool, I know. And then I'm also going to show you how I built step-by-step the actual 2 new builds that I did, the Butterfly Roofs home as well. We'll go over a lot more as well, acquisition processes and everything else. But if you're interested in that, go to truedevelopers.com. Again, truedevelopers.com. Hopefully this helps anybody that, again, is wanting to systemize their processes. And if you apply, again, I don't take everybody because it's in my office, but do your best to apply. Tell me why you want to be in this, why you want to learn it, and we'll take it from there. All right, I'll talk to you. Be blessed. Bye. Oh yeah, my name is Franklin Cruz. Bye.